Hello, my dear students. My name is Vivek Prasad Shaw. I am working as assistant professor in Textile Technology Department of MLV Textile and Engineering College. It is located in Bhilwara, Rajasthan. The subject to which the video lecture is related is multi-fiber spinning, and the topic of this video lecture is mechanism of woolen and worsted carding machines. So I will quickly go through this slide because I have already discussed about the schematic diagram of the worsted card in my previous video lecture. Generally, a woolen card or worsted card is a type of tandem card where there are several cylinders. This breast and swift are types of cylinder, and the length of the card depends on the amount of vegetable contamination present in the wool fiber. The difference between the woolen and worsted card is that in wool card the final product is slavings, and a worsted card the final product is a slaver in a can, or it may be a top form or a ball form or bomb form. So this is the schematic diagram of a worsted card. So students, this is the schematic diagram of a woolen card. As you can see, the length of the woolen card is much more than the length of a worsted card. The mechanism of carding in both the woolen card and worsted card is almost same. Here you can see the slavings on the bobbins are formed, and it is the process is in two steps. This is the scribbler, which is the breaker card, and carder, this is the finisher card. The material flow is like this. It goes through these cylinders, doffers, and the workers, strippers, Peralta rollers to this deposition of the material. Then again the material is fed into the finisher card. Then again the material goes through the set of rollers and they are deposited on bobbin as slavings, and further the slavings are directly drafted and spun into woolen yarns. So the length and other things are different in woolen and worsted card, but the mechanism of carding is almost same. So we are going to learn the mechanism of carding with respect to both woolen and worsted card. This is the schematic diagram of the essential components of a card. The material is feed from the feed sheet, feed rollers, Liquorine, feed roller, stripper, angle stripper, worker, fancy. This is swift, the main cylinder, doffer comb, which makes oscillating movement and makes the web out of the fiber coming from doffer. So this diagram is a simplification of an actual machine. It more closely represents one section of a multi-section card. It means this schematic diagram is only one section. There may be multiple sections, two or more of these type of section in a card working in tandem. A card consists of cylinder, large diameter, rollers of smaller diameter, each one of with unique name, smaller diameter rollers, Liquorine, swift, this is swift, worker, stripper, fancy, doffer, etc. While here it has been shown that there are only one pair of stripper and worker, but there may be, generally there is more than 4 to 6 pairs of workers and strippers positioned around the circumference of the swift. So these each rollers have their specific diameter, have their specific direction of rotation. The Lickering rotates like this, feed rollers, bottom feed roller like this, top feed roller like this. So each individual rollers have their own direction of rotation, their own speed of rotation, and as well as there is a setting between the distance between the two pair of rollers. So this slide is basically showing the types of clothing, metallic clothing being used in the woolen card or worsted card. This is an example of flexible wire, which is also called fillet. Mainly it is being used in few of the rollers where we need flexibility in the wire, and these are the rigid metallic wires having different carding angle and the height of different tooth height and different pin density or wire density. Now feed roller and Lickering actions. This is a diagram of feed roller. This is feed roller stripper. This is Lickering. So the feed seat, there is a conveyor. Basically it is a short wide conveyor that slowly delivers the fiber into the feed rollers. The Lickering snatches the clumps of the fiber from the feed rollers. The teeth or pin of the Lickering carry out the initial opening of the clumps into smaller tufts by tearing the clumps. How this tear happened? Because the feed rollers are moving slowly and the Lickering is moving at a higher RPM. So this is a tearing of clumps happen. Here there are chances that some fibers may be broken. The tufts are then transferred from the Lickering further to the main cylinder or swift by the help of rollers. The tufts, which are partially separated by the time they reaches the swift, are then further separated when they encounter the worker and stripper rollers. Now the worker and swift action. This is the swift, B is the swift, A is the worker and C is the tuft of fiber. Now the primary function of carding is the separation of tufts into individual fibers, which is called individualization of fiber. So basically the main individualization of fiber or main carding action takes place between the worker and the swift. The action point here is called point to point action because of the direction from which the teeth of the two rollers approach each other. There is always a contest between the worker A and the swift B for the tuft of the wool fiber, which is C. So worker is also trying to take up this C and this swift is also trying to take up the tuft of the wool. So the fiber caught by the worker teeth are slowly moved away from the swift and around to it rotates like this. So it rotates like this and the tuft or the fiber caught by the worker is moved away from the swift, taken away from the swift and around to the accompanying stripper roller. As you recall that with this worker there is another stripper roller. The role of the stripper roller is to redeposit the fibers back to the swift, back to this main cylinder. Now we will discuss the various actions of card rollers. The various actions of card roller falls into three categories or three groups: point to point, point to back and back to back. So this is an example of point to point action which results in some fibers being retained by each roller. such as worker roller as well as doffer roller. Working and doffing both are doing the point to point action with the swift, with the main cylinder, with the swift roller. The figure shows the doffer removing the fibers from the swift. This left one is a doffer and it is removing the fiber from the swift. So here the chances are that both the rollers will retain some of the fibers. No single individual roller will take up all the fibers. So this is point to point action. Now point to back action. This is the second type. Point to back action. All the fibers are transferred from one surface to another surface, which is called stripping. Because the fibers merely slip off the teeth of the worker onto the stripper, the point to back action is being done happening between the worker and the stripper. Here the chances are that all the fibers are transferred from one roller from the worker to the stripper. Because the fibers merely slip off the teeth of the worker onto the stripper, there is very negligible fiber breakage. There is almost no fiber breakage. The transfer of fibers from the stripper back on the swift is also a point to back action, because all the fibers are then transferred from the strippers back onto the swift. So where all the fibers are being transferred, this is point to back. The figure shows the stripper on the right removing the fibers from the worker left. Now back to back action, back to back carding action. This is the third category. It is a type of an action only carried out by the fancy in conjunction with swift. So remember the first schematic diagram where one single section of carding is displayed, where there is a fancy roller between the worker and the doffer. It is just above the swift between the worker and the doffer. So what is the action of the stripping this fancy roller? The action is to raise the embedded fibers above the surface of the swift teeth, thus facilitating their removal by doffer. So this is the fancy roller which comes in contact with the swift, and what is the function of this fancy roller is to lift up the fiber from the surface of the swift roller so that the fibers can be easily removed by the help of doffer. So this is the only roller interaction where on a card where the teeth of the two rollers are in contact with each other. So this is the only pair of rollers where back to back action is also happening, and also the teeth of the two rollers are touching each other, in contact with each other. Now the mechanism of removal of fibers from the card. Basically how doffing is done and how the wave is formed. The removal of fibers from the final section of a worsted or semi-worsted card is done by the help of doffer. This is the cylinder or swift. This is fancy roller which helps to move the fibers onto the surface of the cylinder so that it can be easily removed by the doffer. So the removal of fiber is done by a doffer comb along with a fancy roller. So these are the rollers, doffer, fancy roller and the comb, which is helping in removal of the fiber as web. Fibers transferred to the doffer are stripped in web form by the oscillating comb. Now, and it is condensed into sliver and coiled into a can. The doffer comb is set close to the doffer roller clothing and reciprocates with a stroke of up to 40 mm. This doffer comb moves up and down, reciprocating movement, and the stroke is around 40 mm. during the downward movement of this foam, it pushes the fibers down the back of Doffer teeth and the web is drawn. Here you can see the web is being drawn. Now in case of woolen card, the final topper carries the web to the condenser unit to form the slavings. Because in woolen card, the slavings has to be formed, and in case of worsted card, it can be either a ball or a deposited as slaver in the can.